It all started one day at work. A couple of the employees were, in a little group in the back, and I decided to go see what was going on. And this guy had a box of cigarettes, and he told me to take a smell of it. And when I smelled it, it smelled like a stink, but it was like a weird stink. Like it smelled good in a way. And I asked him what was it, and he just said it was weed. And I was like, my first reaction was to go say something, because I was always brought up that weed was like the devil, and that it's never been used ever. Later on, I kind of like cooled off about it, and after work, a couple of the guys were hanging out at the supervisor's truck, so I decided to go over and see what was going on. And this girl came up to me and asked me if I wanted to go come over her house and smoke some weed, and swim in the pool and stuff. And I was a little skeptic at first, so I went to go over to the guys over by the truck and ask them, like, is this a good idea? Is smoking weed, the road I want to go on? And they were like, yo, we all smoke weed. What do you think we're all out here about to do? And I was like, well, what do you think I should do? He's like, why don't you stay here and do it with us, So I stayed after. The girl decided to stay, hang out with us. And we were passing, when he first brought it out, it was yellow, right? It was called Lemon Haze. And I took another sniff of it, and after that, I just couldn't wait to, put it, I can't explain it. It was the most amazing feeling I've ever had. It was like a roller coaster, but you just standing still. So, there's no any other way to explain it. But of course, it was my first time, so I didn't know how to act and stuff. I kind of acted like an idiot. It's taken a lot away from me, not because I need money to go buy it and stuff, but because of the punishment of using it. My parents, I got mad at them because my dad would just come home and be screaming and yelling for no reason, because something bad happened at work, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And he told me to get out of the house, so I just got in my Jeep and I drove, because I pay the insurance for it. They say as long as I keep putting money and gas into the insurance and stuff, I can take it wherever I want. After I was living in the woods, the first night kind of sucked because I only had pajama bottoms and shorts, because I just grabbed whatever clothing I had, and it was pretty freaking cold, man. And I woke up, and the only thing I could think was I gotta start driving somewhere so I can get the heat on. I saw this car, it's sitting in the middle of the road, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and its flashers are on. So I drive up, and the car must have been going full speed and smashed into a telephone pole, because there's no more road. There's just a hill and a bunch of telephone poles. I guess the person was either drunk or tired or something, and so I couldn't stop to help because I had weed in the car, and of course it's illegal, but I just couldn't stop and help the person. It just really changed when just the way people look at you, the way people act around you. It doesn't make you a bad person. I have friends in school that are going to get into good colleges, and they smoke weed every day. One day, my grandma called the school, telling the school that I've been doing some stuff, and I've been getting in a little bit of trouble, and they decided to drug test me. And of course, when you're smoking weed, you're gonna get a high score. And when it came back, it turned out to be over 300 nanograms of marijuana, and they see that as the worst possible thing you could ever do. When I got drug tested, I was told that I was going to be on close supervision, and the school was going to do all they can to help me to stop smoking weed. And by that, they mean that I'm going to pee in a cup once a month, and if I don't stop, I'm going to get kicked out. one of the things that happened because of the drug test is I wasn't allowed to go on the ski trip. So basically, their good idea is to let him not do something that I would go away and be away from drugs and have fun, but to make me stay here where, you know, with the other pot smokers and expect me not to do it. And I don't really see the point in that. You know, I don't understand why I get all this hate, this judgment, this discrimination, this, you know, label on my head that says, you know, stoner. I mean, we're not like the worst thing that could be happening. I mean, crack, heroin, cocaine, that stuff kills people. Weed just makes your life more exciting. I mean, there's nothing really bad that happens to you from it except for the dirty look you get for smoking it. I mean, you know, once society decides that it's not that bad and actually opens their eyes to the idea of it, that's the only way that we'll ever be able to do it in peace. But until then, you know, we're just gonna have to deal with the card we're dealt. You know, everyone judging us, everyone giving us dirty looks, you know, saying that we're bad people when really we're just like everyone else.